Hello guys, wilksy15 here. After watching the Nintendo Direct event in Barcelona, as well as looking at other footage that the Space Smash community have put online, it seems Rosalina mains are not liking the taste of Rosalina's rework. I have to admit I don't like it either, because a lot of my playing style was solely around range and setups. This means 8% of what I could do in Smash 4 I can no longer do in Ultimate. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but do a brief overview of what's changed dramatically, as well as the buffs and the nerfs on Rosalina and Luma. The biggest nerfs that have been tweeted all over is her jab and range. As you can see, Luma is much closer to Rosalina, meaning you no longer have the range you had in Smash 4. I think what the developers were more focused on was making Luma more safe with Rosa. When Rosalina shields, Luma is finally inside, than in the previous series where Luma was always getting hit left, right and centre. Of course, range was what made the duo so unique and top tier in the first place, so of course a lot of setups cannot be transferred from the previous title to this one. Felix's reaction says it all. Her jab no longer makes Luma travel forward, or just maybe by a pixel. The second jab of Luma can no longer be jumped, cancelled into dair or Upair, and the deadly third hit of Luma's jab can no longer kill. Another one is her reworked dair. It's just terrible when it's used on its own. In the previous game, her dair had so much range and defense mechanics, whereas this one just lacks it completely. However, there is a gem I found that can be used as a pressure tool if used in a short hop, which we'll go over in her buffs. Rosalina did get buffs on her moveset. Her F tilt and down tilt seems to have less end lag, as well as her fair. Luma seems pretty much the same. There's no buffs or nerfs that I can see. However, I don't know if this is a buff or just a rework passive ability. Luma's attacks do 1.5 more damage if he's in desync mode. This, in my opinion, is not a game changer or a buff in the slightest. I think what the developers were trying is to make desync play a high risk but mini reward kind of thing. Don't get me wrong, I do play desync Luma a lot in Smash 4, but it was only due to the setup and range that Luma had in general. But for this kind of passive mechanic, it doesn't make any sense, as they're both nothing without each other. Her multi-jab will do more to fast fallers on 1v1s due to the new damage mechanic rework. Also, a new spawn Luma comes out every 10 seconds for 1v1s, but for 2v2s it comes out every 7 seconds. The respawn times are mainly a buff for doubles play than 1v1. As the game is much quicker, it makes more sense to speed up the spawning time. But what I like the most is a much quicker respawn time for doubles battles, meaning I won't have to sit in the back lines a lot when I don't have Luma with me. Plus, Rosalina was quite bad for doubles, since Luma was like a piñata at Kid's party ready to be cracked open. When she does her short hop neutral there, we can still do Luma landing to add more pressure or save ourselves while landing if the opponent chooses to challenge us. Rosalina will still have a strong ledge guard game and up air shenanigans, as recoveries have a much tighter window, meaning you can still cause trouble for the opponents with down air and back air, plus 50-50s when the opponent is hanging on the ledge. Another will be baiting air dodges to catch people out with up air, plus if they use it too many times and they get caught on each and every single one means 3 punishes, and also the defensive resources on air dodge will be reduced. When I first saw the Rosalina trailer, I was scared she wasn't going to be the Rosalina I loved and enjoyed in my Smash 4 career back in December 2014 to April 2016. But now looking at her further, my fears have come true. My Rosalina is no longer there. I was unhappy until I theorised and seen how other characters have been reworked as well. I finally come to terms why the developers have done this and not copied and pasted her. 1. Her ledge game would be too powerful. Luma movement manipulation would cause too many easy KOs and disruptions, since recovery and getting back to the ground windows are a lot tighter in this upcoming game. 2. With the new damage mechanics, especially in 1v1, Rosalina's grab setups as well as Luma's 1-2-3 jab cross-ups again will be too much, easy kill options and easy big damage. 3. Ultimately, they want us to use something completely new and remove a lot of jank as much as possible from the previous title. I think people have had enough of 1, 2, 3 jab KOs and rage letter Upair setup shenanigans. So it's up to us true Rosalina mains to find those hidden stars and make her worthy of top tier status once again. In conclusion, the game is now 3 weeks away, so there's not long left. I do wish I could get to play the demo version of Rosalina is on, but the event is on the 25th of November to the 2nd of December in London. Unfortunately, I live in Birmingham and getting there to play the demo on the weekend and forking so much money for travel is just not worth it. Plus by that time the game will be out next week, so I just have to wait till the release date and put my Rosal Wikipedia to work. I can't wait to test out a lot of things and see if I can come up with a new Rosalina that I'll enjoy. While her famous words were, "When a star dies, they turn to stardust, scatter across the cosmos. Eventually the stardust reforms and creates a new star, and so the cycle of life continues." So once I can finally say goodbye and lay my tombstone for Smash 4, a new Rosalina will be waiting for me, ready to find a new playing style for her. Right now I just have to wait and come up with theories in the lab and be ready for the 7th of December. Once that happens, look out Europe, a new and improved wilksy15 is ready to wreak havoc. Until next time, see you all in 3 weeks.